All right, so in this video, I'm going to share with you how Smart Recognition got 44 qualified demos and closed 8 deals with our cold email virtual SDR system. Here's proof. Here's a client interview.
So far, we've gotten 8 deals. We actually have 4 active working in the pipeline.
It says 34 qualified meetings generated because we recorded this client interview a couple of weeks ago. And here's the appointment log with all the meetings that we have booked for this client. As you can see here, they are 63. However, some of these were unqualified, some of these were no shows. So in total, overall, 44 qualified demos. Now, before working with us, Smart Recognition was using an in-house SDR to run cold email campaigns. However, due to a lack of knowledge, the SDR wasn't able to consistently secure enough demos on the calendar. The problem was at the start. So he wasn't able to make the cold emails land in the primary inbox and not spam in the first place, right? And then they decided to outsource the cold email process to us. In just 6 months, they went from barely getting any leads to using cold email as the primary source of new business. They've gotten 44 qualified demos, 8 closed deals, with 4 more in the pipeline. And among the 3 companies Smart Recognition hired for outsourcing lead generation, the CSO mentioned that we are the top performer.
We use you and another couple companies, and you guys are much better than any of the other companies that we're using.
So here's what we did, what a normal SDR wouldn't do as well. Sending infrastructure setup. So no, you can't use your primary domain for cold outreach. Most SDRs don't know this. We set up 15 outreach domains and 30 mailboxes spread across 3 different admin panels. As you can see here, this is a visual of what it looks like. We've got admin panel number 1, 2, and 3 with 5 domains each and 10 mailboxes each. So this allowed to send up to 20 cold emails per day per mailbox without risking to burn your company's main domain. Recurring deliverability checks. This is also something that SDRs typically don't do. Every week, we run a deliverability check to make sure that each mailbox has a high L score, meaning that the emails sent from that mailbox are landing in the prospect's primary inbox and not spam. This is a sample spam filter test. And this is an example of what we do as far as like reply rate tests. We make sure that every week the reply rates are good for every mailbox. This allows to know exactly what the deliverability is, so we don't have to wonder whether emails are in spam or the primary inbox. As soon as we notice a deliverability score lower than normal, we'll replace the mailbox with a new one. Then market research and outbound offers creation. We interviewed the client to make sure they would understand their target market's pain point, desires, and needs. And based on this phase of market research and our past experience reaching out to the same target market, we help the client create a few outbound offers to split test, right? This is what the process looks like. Market research, we create a bunch of different offers or claims to split test, and then the best performing one is going to be and it's going to turn into a lead magnet, but we're going to get into this in just a sec. So lead magnet creation, after a phase of A/B testing of offers, where we tested which offer resonated with the target market the most, we helped the client create a lead magnet that would be compelling to their ideal prospects. This is where we went from booking 6 to 7 qualified demos a month on average to booking 13 demos qualified in the first 17 days of July. Lead list building and validation, this is a pretty standard process, but we took it a step further. This is pretty much our process, which I'm going to share in just a moment. But first of all, we identify the client's ideal prospects and then build relevant lead lists using the following criteria: industry, monthly website traffic, employee account, job title, HQ location, contact location, and the technologies used. Then, instead of using just one tool to find the emails, we used a waterfall enrichment method to get as many valid email addresses as possible. So what most companies do here is this. They start from lead list and then they just use one tool to find email addresses or valid email addresses. What we did, this is our process. We start from the lead list and then we use 4 different email finder tools. Each of those is going to output some valid emails that then go here. And then it's going to output some other casual emails, which are emails that you're not sure whether they are valid or not. And so then we group these casual emails as well and validate them with a casual email verification tool. All the valid email addresses go here, and the result is 40 to 50% more valid emails. As I said, this allowed us to have 40 to 50% bigger lead list of valid emails. Most people stop at the first tool, so they miss out on the remaining 40 to 50% of the lead list, which really nobody reaches out to. Script writing, I'm not going to go over the basics of cold email script writing because I have tons of videos on how to do it on my YouTube channel. But basically, just a few crucial things that most people don't do. Relevance, so making sure that prospects would know why we reached out to them in the first place. This was achieved by mentioning specific technologies that we use to filter for those prospects and some things that we noticed on our website, right? So for example, we used Clay and AI to determine whether the prospect's company had a newsletter opt-in form on our website, and then we will mention this in the email script. Spintax, we use Spintax to create different versions of the email scripts and make sure that every email we send was slightly different without changing the meaning of the sentences, of course. Spintax helps with running the primary inbox. If Google sees 1,000 emails that are the exact same, they will just flag those emails and block them, right? So that's why Spintax is useful. And honestly, most SDRs don't use Spintax. Then we've got AZ testing. We tested 5 different offers and 29 different variants in total. This is sometimes what it takes to find a winner variance. And this is a screenshot of an example of a campaign that we run for this client with a bunch of different, variants that we split tested. Time to lead, this is crucial. Replying within 5 minutes after the prospect's positive response, super important. This is what allowed us to have an average of 30% conversion rate from an interest reply to demo booked. The average usually is between 10 to 20%. In this case, with 30. And this is an example. The prospect responds with sounds interesting. Please send me a link so I can book a call at 10:42 p.m. And then we respond at 10:46 p.m. Feel free to book a call here, right? That's 4 minutes. And so, super important. Most companies sending cold emails respond after hours or even the day after because they don't have the proper automations, they don't have the proper notifications and systems in place. So, this decreases the lead's warmth so much that it will be significantly harder to book prospects into a meeting. CRM and pipeline management, we handled all follow ups to interested prospects to increase the demo booking rate. As you can see here, this is an example of a follow up subsequence that we used. In the example, we managed to book 6 prospects. We were initially interested, but then ghosted just by sending these follow up messages. And so most agencies just send the leads to the client, and then it's on the client to follow up with them and book them in, right? This typically never happens, and it's a very inefficient process unless the client already has an organized sales team in place because of a lack of either time or knowledge, right? So we solved the problem from the beginning by automating follow-up subsequences and scheduling follow-ups for custom instances where the prospect would say, "Hey, let's touch base in 6 months," and we will schedule the follow-up or schedule a reminder on the CRM to follow up with the lead in 6 months. The same strategy that took smart recognition from an inconsistent pipeline to consistently booking 6 to 10 qualified demos per month will work for you as well. All you need to do is follow these steps: setting infrastructure setup, recurring deliverability checks, market research, outbound offers creation, lead magnet creation, script writing, AZ testing, quick time to lead, and CRM and pipeline management. So you can do this all yourself, or we can do this for you and book you 30 to 60 qualified sales meetings with your ideal clients in the next 6 months on a pay-per-show basis. So if that sounds interesting, click the first link in the description below. Go to my landing page, watch my case studies, watch my client interviews, and book a call with me. That being said, looking forward to our call. Chat soon.